بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد. Very warm welcome to all of my subscribers, lovers, followers, friends too. Once again, really grateful to all of you that you people have found out your precious time uh, for me. And as first I will, I little want to invite my friends, then definitely we are going to start formal transmission. So, guys, thanks very much for joining my live transmission. So, as I most of the time like to thank everybody who is getting time for me and being with me. So, two people have joined. Really, I'm grateful to those two, and I know that this is my good luck. The people who cannot join me and must be watching later. So one, Mr. Naseem has joined the transmission. Mr. Naseem, so thanks a lot for joining, and definitely today we are going to Mozam. Thanks a lot for joining my transmission. For people have joined, and really mean I am excited today that today is the 13th anniversary of the greatest leader of the world, and particularly from Pakistan, but well known leader of the globe, I would say, and the first ever Prime Minister, Lady Prime Minister of Pakistan, uh, Mohtarma Benazir Bhutto, that today is her 13th anniversary, death anniversary, that the nation is celebrating, and I consider myself that we must all, the nation, being nation, we must all keep our great leaders in our mind. So then you arrange this transmission for in the memorandum of Bibi Shahid, what Bibi most of the times we call Benazir Bhutto. I really just yes, Naseem. Today I want to just share the things regarding Mohtarma, that how she was a calibered leader, how she was a calibered Prime Minister of Pakistan two times, and how she faced the atrocities and obviously cruelties of unseen powers during her life, because you know that she was the daughter of Mr. Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, that who was the Prime Minister of Pakistan and did much more for the Pakistan. So I today I don't want to. I will keep on sharing my points with you, but I also will be calling you people that you should come and give your opinion regarding this greatest leader. So there is Mozam is written something about Benazir Bhutto was the first female uh, leader because she democratically elected in the Muslim country. As I told you, obviously, Muslim is also giving us this information that she was the first ever lady prime minister of Pakistan. And in the history of Islamic countries, I mean, if you're going to observe the history of Muslim countries, so you will find that first time she became the Prime Minister of Pakistan, and she was an elected Prime Minister of Pakistan. So this is which is I consider highly appreciable. So little I want to tell you also that she was born in 1953 and she got martyred in 2007, mean in 20th century, and she was murdered, she was martyred, unfortunately, even being female leader, obviously she was leader. So while somebody is your leader, so obviously you can't say the male or female, there isn't any sort of difference between, but even mean in Muslim culture in particular, and in Eastern culture in particular, that females are given special care, females are given special respect, and definitely when a lady, when a woman, whether the prime minister, whether the politician, it is definitely her profession and serving the people. So definitely that person should be respected. And she was martyred, she was killed. So really amazing. So a little bit we want to discuss. I want to share one information or one memory with you. That same day I remember, as majority of my followers, they know that I am from media. So during that time when she was murdered in 2007, I was working in Rohi television at that time. So but little I want to welcome Zawar, Arij, Naseem, Muazzam. So, guys, everyone, a warm welcome. Siraj Trine, nice friend of mine from India. Siraj, how are you? Please tell me. And I'm fine, Siraj. What about you? Are you okay? So, really, Siraj, I am grateful to you that you joined my transmission. I know that nowadays everybody is busy, everybody is preoccupied, nobody is having much more time for these things like, but even people who are coming in my transmission, I cannot really mean this is not just the exaggeration. This is the fact that I cannot thank to them. So Naseem is saying, I think name. Okay, Naseem, what you saying? Please tell me. Please start live on Chrome. M. Daud. Okay. So Mozam, she was the daughter of ex-Prime Minister Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. I want to share one point regarding Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. I don't know because Siraj, you know about Benazir Bhutto, the greatest leader of Pakistan. So please, if you know about this leader, so please you should share with us whatever the information you are having, because today her commemoration is going on and 13 years have been passed in her martyrdom, in her murder, and today the 13th memorandum day anniversary is being commemorated in Pakistan with full zeal and zest, with full of enthusiasm. So the guys I was talking that whosoever is in politics, whosoever is a politician here in our country, whatever the party that person belongs to, everybody, everyone, for example, the leaders and the followers, whatever the party. Yes, Zirat, today is her expire day, and this is the 13th one. 13 years have been passed in her passing away. So everyone praises, respects, accepts as leader of the nation Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. Everybody, the leadership of today, even their followers, even some people, they believe that if there's been leader in the history of Pakistan, obviously after Qaid Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the founder of my country, there is one leader, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. Very important thing, I tell you, that the biggest contribution of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto was to bring out the Constitution of Pakistan, and unanimous Constitution of 73, which is having the popularity. The basic credit goes to Zulfikar Ali Bhutto that he introduced that Constitution, which is not just which was not accepted just by the political parties, but definitely by the religious parties, ethnic parties, even the establishment. Everyone was happy. Everyone was excited that first ever unanimous constitution was introduced at that time. The biggest credit, and it was a big thing, And second particular point of that constitution, that much more powers had been bestowed to the laborers, the commoners, the common people. They got really the rights, and which is the highly appreciable. So Mozam is also sharing the information, so I would like to also, you are also watching, but definitely I am going to share with you as well. As you know, that Zulfikar Bhutto is founder of Pakistan People's Party. Yes, he was he founded Pakistan People's Party, what today everybody is knowing about, the People's Party, Pakistan People's Party. This was formulated by the Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. Bhutto was elected as chairperson of PPP in, I think, Muslim 1982 was not there. You're talking about Zulfikar Ali Bhutto because 1982, before that he was also hanged. So please, you should rectify if there is mistake from me. So you tell me. So when he did lot more for the people of Pakistan, for the people of, and in particular, if I share any information, then I am not criticizing any person. It is just only information. Obviously, today we are going to, and I tell you that we are going to tribute the Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, and in particular the Benazeer Bhutto, because she definitely sacrificed herself just for the people of Pakistan. And what everybody accepts, not me, just not you, everyone, every part of this country is accepting. So definitely such type of personality deserves, obviously she deserves this appreciation. She deserved this tribute, and I consider everyone must do it. Then I was saying, so then Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, that he did a lot for the people of Pakistan, and in particular the commoners. Just I was listening one speech of him today, that he was saying in his speech that he is not one, he is two. So he was saying that one in front of you, in my body, in my soul, you people can see me, and one my soul in you. He was directing to the people, to the masses, to the common ones, that he was And also, I mean, the elders, what they people used to tell us, that definitely he was very, people loving personality, and in particular, common people he used to like and love, and he used to do a lot, and always he was trying to do much more better for the people of Pakistan. And he did a lot. He took the issue of Kashmir in the United Nations, with full of zeal and zest, with full of enthusiasm, and definitely people had to accept that. So Mozam is talking about Benazir Bhutto, and he is saying she spent several years in London due to corruption. Yes, she was in exile. Many cases were registered against her, what many people and the government of that time who registered. So they accept, fake cases were there. This is definitely. I tell you one thing. Whatever the history you people are having, whether in the globe or in the your country, keep it in your mind that your history will be proved oneself. Today, if anything is happening, if we are unable to prove that, if we are unable to find out the facts, so I tell you that this will be proved. This will come out. This is a natural process. The things could never be hidden. This is a big fact. Obviously, if I try to hide anything, if you try to hide anything, which is the fact, and in particular the universal facts, in particular the matter which are related to two things in particular, related to the murder and related to the commoners, related to the common people, related to the people, common peoples, masses, things could never be hidden. Keep it in your mind. Never. Just go to perceive, to find out the historical things. If even the king was there, if any dictator was there, whosoever was in power and tried to hide something, okay, that those were hidden for a time being, but it was just for time being. It's not forever. Keep it in your mind. Definitely, and definitely it doesn't take too much time. I also tell you that it's also the fact that these things do not take much time to be revealed out. Definitely these things are revealed because this is the rule of nature. This is the instinct of nature. I must say that the things are to be open. And in particular, the thing which is based on truth. Truth is to come at any cost on one day. This could never ever be hidden. Keep it in your mind. It can never be hidden. Never ever be. Okay, if on common level, if anything is related to me, or if anything is related to the government, whatever the things, because Almighty is there. So, Muslim is rectifying his information. These things are possible. Muslim, not need to be worried about, because definitely everything history cannot is visible to everybody. So just by writing, if there is some mistake has been done by anybody, so no matter at all. Sorry for information. Zulfikar Bhutto founded the People's Party in '67. Yes, in '67, People's Party was formed. This is the particular information for the people, for the new generation, who definitely know the Bilawal Bhutto, who is the current chairman of People's Party. So I am telling them that this was formulated in 1967. So Muslim is talking about the Benazir Bhutto, came back to Pakistan with numerous schedules, so that tried to get involvement in election of 2008. But Muslim, please, you should start from, I am also on, from 90s, from 88, when 87, 88, when she first time come. So please go gradual, so that people should understand, that what we are talking about, and people should, and this of our transmission must be informative for the people who are watching us or who are going to watch us later. Definitely, Alhamdulillah, as I thank to the people who joined me, and I also appreciated those people who watch me later, and this has been a good fortune of me and I really am grateful. The people who cannot watch me currently, definitely they are going to watch me later whenever they are going to find out time. You know that my timings and the people's, my audience timings might be, there is some difference, but people watch this is really appreciative. So, when Zulfikar Ali Bhutto was hanged, he was having the case was registered against them of about some murder. He was helping in that case. Case was there, but later this has been proved. Ah, Rohel, how are you, boy? Uh, Directly, Rohel, you are coming and asking this big question. Okay, we are trying to. So we are talking about that, Rohel, but I want that gradually we should follow. Gradually we are going. We are on. We just on. Bhutto's hanging, which majority of the people. Rohel also you should hit the like button. Okay. So he was hanged after his comment. In 76, 77, dictatorship was there. What people later did not accept it. It is a fact. Nobody had accepted this fact that when the Bhutto was hanged. Okay, so Bibi had to go for exile when the Bhutto was hanged, was martyred. So the point is, she came back in 87, 88. And I was just watching the video today. I really want to share this very important point with you. She went to Lahore, and believe you me, what I had seen today, and might be that gathering procession must be available on social media, on Facebook or YouTube. You must search that. Really you could never count the people. Today we are having the gossip all the time, having the debate, like, that how many people in the procession of PDM, how many people were in the processions of PTI, when in the last government PTI was having the procession. Somebody is saying, okay, this much number was, somebody was saying this was the number. But I want that people who want really to watch out the gathering, the people, just the heads, never countable. You must watch that procession of Bibi when she came back to the country. When she came back to the country. Okay, then people will understand, you people will understand that what is the procession and why, and why the Bhuttos are still today are being admired and being accepted and being praised today even. Okay, then you will find out the reason. And I want to share one eyewitnessing with you. When Muhtarma came to Pakistan, okay, I'm talking about 87, 88. So I went on that procession. Father, I was quite young at that time. I was child, you can say. I must be around 7, 8 years, because just from the beginning, because of my father, I've got interest in politics much more. So, that I also said to my father that when he said that he's going to be the part of that rally when Bibi was coming. So then I forced him to take me with him. And Mozam, I'm telling you the fact. In 87, I must be at that time 9 years old. So I went there. I watched that rally. And really, I tell you that the people could not be counted. And still today, mean, after you 87, you can say 33 years have been passed. 30 to 33 years have been passed. It's a huge time, big time. I mean, never things can be forgotten. But I still remember today. And I tell you that the people who were just like heads I could see. I was a little bit on, Anila has joined. Anila, thanks a lot. Grateful to you as well that you have joined. And Anila, today we are discussing about Benazeer Bhutto because her anniversary is going on, 13th anniversary. So please, if you have some information about Benazeer Bhutto and People's Party, or if you want to say, so please share with us. So I was a bit on the high place, na? So I was observing all the heads, which are, I mean, just heads I could see. So much more people. I mean, you could. So I was, because I was child, so I was thinking. I knew that she's the leader. I didn't have much more information, but I knew about that. Oh, Anita, you are not interested in politics. Okay, but I consider, Anila, you should participate in politicians. And nowadays, you know, that lady, the Maryam Nawaz, the upcoming leader of Pakistan, she is much more involved. And definitely today we are talking about the Benazir Bhutto. So I think you should have the information. If not information, then you should take interest, because I consider the ladies are mainly concerned, you know. Because you people have to manage the home. Today, if we are talking about inflation, Anila, so please, Mozam, explain the inflation in Urdu. So if we are talking about inflation today, so inflation mainly who has to face? Anila, every woman of the house is to face inflation, price hike. Okay, I mean the things are very expensive. So who has to face? Just mean Rohel, yes, Rohel, everybody is supporting, yes, everybody is supporting Pakistan People's Party, and today I'm openly saying definitely. So, ladies and gentlemen, there was a bit problem of YouTube, so please pray it should not come again and again because it interrupted. So I was talking, I mean, when she came back, so then I knew, I mean, one of her when Bibi came to Pakistan, so just 8, 9 years old at that time, but I went with my father. People, the heads just mean heads all over the city of Multan. This much. I mean, this is eyewitness. And when she went to Lahore, so you should find out the video. I watched that video today on on some channel, but must be available. Yes, Mozam, but now it's fine. Before some time, the issue was there. So, I mean, even you could not say, okay, I mean, today we are discussing even in the processions that how many people are there, whether the good number of the people are there in the procession or not. But if you really want to observe the number of the people, then you must watch the rallies of Bibi and rallies of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, and ultimately the rallies of Baba Nay, father of nation, Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. So, but when she came, and obviously people had to accept it, that now People's Party could not be stopped. And as a result, that we became Prime Minister in 1988. I really don't understand. So guys, you have to be with a bit problem of internet, but definitely we have to complete our 1 hour. So around about 30 minutes. Yes, Madan, there is streaming problem. So if there is some problem, so definitely I come back again. So please wait for just for seconds. I don't understand because in day before yesterday, what I did the live transmission. So also there was some issue, and today also just because of internet or something like that. Okay, so she became Prime Minister in 1988 because at that time people had understood, had considered that now the People's Party, the way of People's Party could not be stopped, and government definitely goes towards the People's Party. So she became Prime Minister, but unfortunately, just after 18 months, she was removed as a Prime Minister. So also this was the beginning of democratic process again. So even some political parties played the role to sack that government. What the other parties accepts this thing, that this was the truth, that this was the fact, that this was happening, that they also played a role to sack that government. Then definitely again the People's Party came into power in 94 to 96 for half year. Even then, what the People's Party claims that we couldn't be allowed to run the matters of government in a proper way, in a well way, in an open way. So even then they had to go back, and then Bibi had to go for exile, self-exile basically it was, but definitely there were some issues. So then she decided to, then she decided just to have exile from here. So you know that. But after the long time, again the dictatorship was there. So she came back in something like 2007. The government of that time also said to her that not to come in the country because you are having life threats. But even because I tell you, Bhutto family, what I believe, what I've perceived myself, which is my observation and analysis as well, you know that Bhuttos like to be close to the people, like to be in link with the masses. This is the what I have perceived, and you maybe agreed with me. This is my analysis, obviously, and I've seen myself. So at the time, even she was she was told this much more not to come. First of all, she came, and then she was being prohibited for many times that not to go for these processions. But even she went for. Ultimately, you know what happened, that when she was having the procession in Rawalpindi, in Liaquat Bagh, the popular place, everybody is aware in Pakistan and in the globe as well, she was just going, she did the procession from, she did the procession in Liaquat Bagh, and when she was coming outside, first of all, the blast was there. Then nobody is aware till today that whether she was shot dead, whether some people are saying that she slipped down, and till today, not 100% results are there. What was the reason? And the biggest unfortunate, I would rather and definite like to criticize on People's Party government as well, that just after the murder of her, that party came into power. Party came into power. Even the people, their regime was there, they couldn't get this appropriate and 100% idea that whether she was shot dead or she was slipped down from the vehicle. So, okay, many people, they believe very strongly that she was shot dead. But many from the government side, the people, I was just listening today, also, some people, some person from Interior Ministry of that time, that she was slipped down. And many people, from the party as well, from the analysts, they are saying that she was shot dead because the blast did happen before that time. So that means there were some powers. Okay, here I want to give you my analysis a little bit. That I also believe that she was shot dead. Why? Because just before some time, that blast did happen. That means some people were there. some powers were there to who were willing to hit her down, who were willing to shoot her out, who were willing to kill her, to murder her, to martyr her. Definitely there was someone. Because if just mean for example she slipped down, mean the people are saying mean okay, blast happened, and then because she was waving to the people, to the masses, mean she was coming out from the vehicle, so then just because of this up hassle that she slipped down and just fell into the vehicle, and definitely during that span of time that she was having some injury of her skull and something like that, so she ultimately that she moved to the hospital, and ultimately she was also there was a little bit problem, so but again I am on blast occurred. Definitely, the main target was Benazir Bhutto. First of all, make it clear. People were not whosoever was the powers behind that this blast should occur, this blast should happen. They believed in this that Bibi should have to be murdered. Okay. So the thing is, okay, Muslim little bit eco problem is coming, no problem, because last time when I was changing the setting, so after that the problem was raised after the recording. So if little bit echo, so no problem. But I think you must be understanding. So the point is that somebody was behind. When that person observed, or those powers observed, that blast did not work out, because obviously when Bibi was there, so ultimately the target, she was the target. Definitely people were not. She was the target. Okay, they just tried to create this drama. They wanted to dramatize this. Okay, when if the blast is going to occur. So if you remember at the time, many blasts were happening on daily basis. Everywhere blast was there. So they just planned something like that. People should go towards the blast, and some the people of Taliban or Al Qaeda, they are involved in it. But that drama was failed. Okay, why? Because when those powers observed that this blast didn't create that, didn't get the target, so then whosoever was there shot dead the Benazir Bhutto, and she moved to hospital, and she died ultimately. So I remember today, even I remember that day in a well way, that, I have not seen before that the aggression of the people. They were furious. They were furiously behaving. What I saw with my own eyes. People were not willing to accept this. Every person was just in the shape of revolt. Everyone was willing to revenge. They broke the things. They definitely, unfortunately, even some of the governmental buildings were damaged. Many ATMs, much more. The people were aggressive. They were furious, which I saw myself, because I was also covering, being a media person. I saw this myself. So really, at that time, I was definitely thinking this time that she is the leader. That the people who was loved by the people loved her, people wanted her, people liked her, people wanted her to be the head of state for this country. So the thing is, this happened. Okay, little bit I share. Mosam has written a lot because I share with all of my friends that Mosam is a nice guy who is collecting and definitely who is acting some the research like research work for me for the channel, and definitely he is doing a lot for this channel of mine, and he really wants to spread out the knowledge what he's getting. So please, any person who is unable to be the part of this live transmission, so you must go after, if you are going to watch out my video, so you must go for live chat. So there you can find out the information which is definitely collected and sent by the Muslim, which might be much more informative for you, and it might be applicable for you at any time, at any stage of your life. So Muslim is saying, family of Shahnawaz said that he was killed through poison. Okay, 1980 brother, his name was Shahnawaz. Yes, this is also the dilemma. This is also a big I consider Bibi's family was killed. So this is really alarming for the people of Pakistan. That's why this happened. Meenu Singh has joined me. Meenu, how are you? Good friend of mine from India that she joined, and most of the time she joined me from India. So Meenu, how are you? How the life is going on, girl? What are you doing nowadays? Please tell me. So, Aminu, today, we are talking about the leader of Pakistan, the next leader of Pakistan, Benazeer Bhutto. She was 2 times Prime Minister of Pakistan. Minu, I'm telling you, and also I'm telling telling all of the people who are watching me in the globe that we are talking about, and on thumbnail her picture is there, that she became 2 times Prime Minister of Pakistan. And the people who are saying that we are not caring for the rights of the women here in the east side, so just watch it out, that here is a female, a woman who became 2 times Prime Minister of Pakistan, and she struggled hard. So then Mosam is saying Benazir went to England due to political issue. Yes, as an exile, when her father was hanged, was martyred, then she went from here. So Meenu, are you with me or have you gone? So after the death, that really the party was dispersed, and today even people are celebrating the commemoration day of Bibi, because yes, Meenu, because 2 times she had to go. This is unfortunate, that in India, and I tell you, one thing, that in India and Pakistan, the situation little bit remains same, because after the partition of India and Pakistan, so some other powers, they thought that okay, they should be broken out more and more parts. So also the foreign involvement was there, and also we have got differences between India and Pakistan. On government levels, people are very loving, people love each other countries, people a lot. But definitely issues are there, like the biggest issue of Kashmir, and Benazir Bhutto also did a lot for the Kashmir cause. And I remember, when Mr. Rajiv Gandhi was Prime Minister, he came to Pakistan, and also Bibi and Rajiv Gandhi, people decided and thought to do for the people. And I also consider that all the issues must be resolved amicably. And what the belief, and I also I want to give this message to my Indian friends as well, that my government wants that people of Kashmir should be given the right to plebiscite. You know, the meaning of plebiscite mean they should be having the right to vote. Wherever they want to go, whatever they want to do, they should be given freedom of this thing. Mean neither Pakistan should be involved nor India should be. They should be given the right. And I consider this is the best way. And every of our leader has been working on this, definitely is believing in this, that, okay, because we are the neighbors. And you know, the fact what we are having the point of view for our own neighbors, that neighbors can never be changed. Neighbor has to be there throughout. And even I consider the country neighborhood is more than your individual home neighborhood. Yeah, because home could be changed, I consider, but country can never be. So I consider definitely India also must think that, and I tell you that Pakistani people are peace loving. So I think Minu has gone. So because Indian friend was there, so I just thought that share, because definitely we must share these point of views with the people of India, so that people of India should force the government of India that what they have to do or what they should do to bring peace. And definitely, being Pakistani, every Pakistani needs peace. Every Pakistani wants peace. And we are peace-loving people, and definitely Indian people also. So I think they should force their government. To greater extent, the stagnancy comes from the government of India, which needs to be curbed. So, a Muslim is giving you people much more information, you know. There was, where he was, Benazeer, okay, both of three couples had, there was on son, his name Bilawal, and two daughters, Bakhtavar, yes, he's giving the family detail. Some people say Zia-ul Haq was a dictator and was killed in 1988 in crash. Yes, yes, Muslim. Mr. Zia-ul Haq was a dictator at that time, head of the forces as well. So many people definitely, and this is a long debate what actually happened. So I consider, now I definitely am going in the end. When her first child was born, she became prime minister after 3 months. Okay, this is a knowledge. Okay, I want People's Party has given its blood to the soil, to the Pakistan. No doubt in it. It's all above board. And continuity is coming from long time. Okay, from 70s till this is the 20th century, and 20 years have been passed. Round about half of the century has been there. So in this regard, I request to the present party, we don't know, whatever the compromise is, okay, to an extent we can accept that in politics in particular of Pakistan, not just of Pakistan, in the globe. In politics, one needs to compromise sometimes. But please never compromise on the rights of the people. But please never compromise on the requirements of the people. Never ever compromise on the respect of the commons. Never ever compromise on the basic needs of the people, especially who are common, especially who are the masses, especially who are the commoners, especially who are the paupers, especially who are the deservings. If you people are not going to follow this point, so very openly, everybody is watching me, everybody is listening me, so keep it in your mind that you people are never going to be liked or elected by the people, by the masses, because people accept from you. Because this is the party, it names People's Party. It's the party of people. So if you people are not going to give if you people are not going to provide the rights, in particular to the commons, in particular to the commoners. Justice system, I keep on saying this thing. If you people are going to watch my videos on my Facebook, on my YouTube, I always keep on saying this thing. Provide justice first of all, very first of all, because this is the saying of Hollywood, the greatest leaders of leader, Hazrat Ali, who said that without justice, nations can never be flourished, definitely are going to be damaged. What I am telling you, the meanings of his quote, that without the help of justice, without providing justice, you can never ever go on. You can never ever develop. You can never ever progress. It's a big fact. And this is the history of the world. This is not just the history of the Muslims or any specific religion. I'm talking about overall. Whatever the religion you have. But justice system needs a lot to be set up on one's doorstep, because any injustice, why? What is the logic? Have you ever thought about it? That why the people are focusing on justice, even the Aima, even the greatest leaders. Whenever injustice is going to be happening with any individual, so you cannot have any idea about the pain, the gloom, the disaster of that person, what that person is facing. So in that processing, in that injustice act which has occurred with that person, if you are going to heal just by providing that person a justice, so that person could be coming out toward the world. For example, if anyone's belonging or sibling is going to be murdered, can you imagine it, the pain of that? Is it possible? Never. But on same time, if you are going to provide justice to that person, so definitely that could be healed out bit. That must be thinking, okay, if this has happened wrong with me. So guys, I am again in front of a little bit was problem of internet, YouTube. So I was saying, talking about justice. So this is my demand, I cannot say, but definitely my suggestion to the People's Party as well, to every party, PTI, Tehreek-e-Insaf. Insaf means justice in English. Please provide justice to. So just I'm going towards closing of my session. That very first of all, People's Party people just if you people are able to provide justice. I tell you that because 3 years after. So in the end, I tribute to Benazeer Bhutto. I tribute to Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, that they did a lot for the masses. They did a lot for the commoners. They did a lot for the prosperous. They did a lot for those who deserved rights, and they, to greater extent, provided. Still needs a lot. I really dream to the Bhuttos, and definitely pray for the present leadership to do a lot for the betterment of people, and the very first number is justice. Thank you very much. Pakistan Zindabad.